You might have the genetics of a world-class powerlifter and not even know it. Most elite lifters share a few physical traits that make them extremely strong, like arm length, waist size, and leg shape. In this video, I'll show you what those traits are, how to tell if you have them, and the one factor that matters even more than genetics. This factor is how a man with scoliosis became one of the strongest men alive. Here we go. Powerlifters typically focus on 3 lifts: the squat, bench, and deadlift. And each of these lifts has a certain body type that makes them way easier. Let's start with the deadlifts. In deadlifting, there are 4 factors you need to know if you have elite deadlifting genetics. The first one is the length of your torso. You can check this by measuring how tall you are, which you probably already know, and then measuring what your sitting height is. If your sitting height is half of your standing height or less, then you have a short torso. Another way to tell this is if you're standing up and your elbows are really close to your waist, then you have a short torso. Second, longer arms make you an elite deadlifter. You can tell if you have long arms by measuring your ape index. So your ape index is you take the measurement of your arms side to side when they're fully stretched out, and then you take your height and you subtract your height from your arms stretched out. I have an ape index of +2 or 3 because my arms stretched out is about 6'2" and I'm 6 feet tall. If your ape index is above 0, you have long arms. If your ape index is below 0, you have short arms. If your ape index is 0, you have proportional arms. Third, shorter thighs make you much better at deadlifting. And 4, this is even better if your lower leg is shorter than your thigh. So from your knee to your foot is shorter than your waist to your knee. If you've noticed, this is because all of these lengths actually give you a shorter range of motion. So you have to lift the bar way less far, and you have a huge advantage when actually picking it up. I'll put an example on the screen right now so you can see. The next major lift is the bench press, and there's only 2 important factors to know if you have elite bench press potential. First, shorter arms make you way better at benching. Second, if your lower leg is smaller than your upper leg, it also helps with benching. So remember, we just checked if your knee to foot was shorter than your waist to knee. If that's true, then you have an advantage at bench and deadlift. Also, shocker, having a bigger chest actually makes you better at bench press. Like, who would have guessed? For a long time, I considered myself like a bench specialist because I've always had like a really big chest. It's like, looks kind of abnormal. It's like abnormally big. I'm not even gonna show it on here because I'm gonna get embarrassed. But if your chest is just naturally bigger, you have an advantage. Third is the devil himself, squats. I hate squats, but it has a few important factors that make you either really good or really bad at them naturally. First, if you have long legs, squats are way harder. This is because they increase the range of motion you have to do. So a person whose legs are really long is gonna have to push the weight farther than someone whose legs are really short. To tell if your legs are short, we're gonna use our measurement from earlier with our torso, but we're also gonna measure the height of our legs. If your legs are bigger than your torso, then you have long legs. If they're not, then you don't have long legs. Or you could just eyeball it and see, okay, are my legs longer than my upper body? Mine are a good bit longer, and so squats are unfortunately a lot harder for me, and that's why I hate squats. Maybe I just have small legs though. A long torso also is super useful on squats because it helps you maintain the path of the bar as you're going up and down. So if that torso is longer than your legs, you have like a double advantage because your long torso is gonna help with the bar and your legs are short. You might be thinking right now, so if I have long proportions, I'm basically cooked, right? Well, not exactly. You might have bad proportions, but if you have this factor that I'm about to talk about, your potential is like insane. Some of the strongest people of all time have terrible powerlifting builds. Lamar Grant literally had scoliosis, which made his back super weak, like his spine. He shouldn't have even been able to deadlift. So what did this dude do? He grinded his ass off and he was the first man to deadlift 5 times his body weight with scoliosis too. His secret was the same as Jen Thompson, a 132-pound woman who benched over 320 pounds. And by the way, she had long-ass arms. She refined her technique to perfection, grinded, and finally hit a weight that most grown men will never ever get close to in their lifetimes. For nearly my entire life, I haven't been able to do a single pull-up. I would see my friends doing honestly average athletic feats and I would be amazed and jealous that I wasn't able to do them too. They were just more gifted than me. I used to always be the weak one, like the one who couldn't catch the ball, the one who couldn't run that fast, the one who couldn't do as many push-ups. But now I'm cranking out one-arm pull-ups. And so the factor is called mental game. All these proportions and measurements can be helpful, sure. They do give you quite a big advantage. But the mental game in lifting is much more important. Staying consistent, not giving up, is by far the most important predictor of success and elite potential ever. It is the metric to determine if you will become elite or obsolete. That was kind of cool. Yes, it's hard to lift, hard to become strong, but that's what makes it worth it, bro. You don't want to do something easy because then it would be meaningless. You want to do something where people will be amazed, where people will say, whoa, that's so hard, and he did it. You want yourself to be amazed because you thought it was impossible and you surprised yourself and did it anyway. And you did it because of your dedication. So good luck, bro. You got this. Here's a hug. Keep at it. And the featured comment as well. Boom, boom, boom. You got it. Boom.